What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Do me a favor, like button, subscribe button, criticism in the comment section. Twitter shutdown safety is my username. The Ed O'Bannon case has been closed out by the U.S. Supreme Court today and has really sternly impacted any college football game for that matter. And the rulings I'll read to you, and they may not seem initially like they imply to football gaming, but I'll get into that and we'll digress. So first and foremost, the NCAA regulations are subject to antitrust scrutiny, and rules limiting football and men's basketball players receiving tuition fees, room, board, and books violate antitrust laws. Secondarily, while antitrust laws require that schools be allowed to provide these athletes with scholarships to cover all the cost of their attending college, including travel, personal incidents, it does not require more, such as what is termed cash sums untethered to educational expenses. So what this means is, for anyone to make an NCAA basketball or football game, you will have to know there's no threat of legal proceedings from the school or the student. You'll also have to know that the problem with this stems from colleges pulling out originally of NCAA football because they were concerned these students who weren't being paid for the likeness were going to have the ability to come back and sue, which obviously now we know they did, and ultimately they won. So the resolution here has to go through multiple parties. It has to go through the school, and it has to go through the student, and then also it has to be pretty much cleared of how much the student is going to get paid. And you can't blanket these payments as one lump for every single player because obviously, personally, if I was a starting quarterback, I would expect to be paid more for my likeness than the backup quarterback. Or if I was on the cover of the game or whatever the case may be, I would want to be paid more than the person who's the backup punter that got cut 2 weeks ago. That's where the resolution is going to be. The allowing the players to get paid for licensing their image. And where we are in sports games now, where the player's image seems to be the most important factor to some people, it's going to be really tough to think that a game with all generic players, even if you have the customization that we talk about, but a college game that's going to present itself with full customization, no offense to IMG, it just seems like it's going to be a much more difficult issue for players to deal with. And of course, at this point, we really don't have an idea of what the costs required to even begin to establish this game will be, because again, you're talking about dealing with so many different variables, so many different entities, and so many different people. It's very similar to what 2K did with 2K8, where they went out and essentially individually licensed these players. But now you're talking about a different level where not only do I have to go out and license the players and approach them about getting paid, and then I have to license the school, which again is going to have the concern of any type of lawsuit from their students, if nothing else, giving the school a bad image in terms of how it was portrayed in this game or how their players were portrayed. So to me, again, I know IMVG is doing a lot, but when you have a case like this get declined at the Supreme Court level, it shows there's a reason these things aren't being fought, and it shows there's a lot of red tape involved. And to me, it's a sad day if you like college football sports, because I think a lot of companies are going to learn this is more trouble than it's worth. But again, we're going to have to see who's interested in joining the marketplace before these conversations even begin to take place, because they're just so long-winded in terms of what they can be and hypothetical in terms of what could happen. Love to know your guys' opinions on it. I'll be back with more commentary tonight. I've got some exclusive stuff from Dynamac Football for you to check out. I appreciate you watching this video. I'll be back, like I said, very shortly with more commentary.